Hey Dream City Youth, what's up? My name is Kennedy and I'm here to bring you guys another daily Devo. So the topic that I chose for this daily Devo is lukewarm Christianity, which is something that I know that a lot of people in this generation struggle with and something that I struggled with too. In high school, or all of my life, I was a pastor's kid, so I grew up around church, I grew up in youth group, and I grew up hearing a lot of people's testimonies. So one thing that I noticed about very powerful testimonies is that there was a big transformation. The best testimonies that I always heard, or like the ones that I thought that were the most powerful, were always the ones that were like, I was an atheist and now I'm a Christian, or I was homeless and now I have a house, or I got delivered from this bad relationship, or I've been healed from addiction. Those were the ones where I was like, wow, that is so powerful. And I created this idea in my mind that I thought testimonies have to be this huge thing. When people asked me, what's your testimony? I always said, I don't think I have one because I always grew up in church. I was always a Christian, so I thought there's nowhere else for me to go. There's no story that I have to tell. And by doing this, I created this like false idea in my head that I was at capacity. I was done growing. I had all that I needed. I was already a Christian and there was nowhere else for me to go. I was already saved. And by doing this, I became very spiritually numb because I thought I didn't have to grow anymore. I didn't try with my relationship with God. And this is something that I think made me into a very lukewarm Christian in high school. So I'm going to give you guys a Bible verse on lukewarm Christianity. It's Revelation 3:15 through 16. So this is what it says. I know all the things you do, that you are neither hot nor cold. I wish that you were one or the other. But since you are like lukewarm water, neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. That is a very powerful verse, guys. And there, God is kind of talking about lukewarm Christians. I see so many people in this generation who just don't even care anymore. They might go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays. You guys might have been like me, still going to church, still following all the motions, but they don't have a passion for God anymore. They don't have a passion for worship anymore. They don't feel anything. And when they go to school, when they are back at school on the weekdays or not around that church atmosphere, they're easily swayed because they don't have a very strong foundation in God. And when you're easily swayed, you can very easily fall. So here's another verse. It's Mark 12:13. And you must love the Lord, your God, with all of your heart, all of your soul, and all of your mind, and all of your strength. So God is telling us here that we have to love him with every part of us. We can't be lukewarm and swayed easily and follow God maybe once or twice during the week during church, but totally not feel anything for him during the week. God wants all of the parts of our lives. He wants every single bit of us. So I really encourage you guys, if you feel like you don't feel a passion for God anymore, or maybe you're one of those people who don't even realize that they're being lukewarm, I encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone because lukewarm Christians are often very comfortable where they're at. They don't even realize that they're lukewarm. And with that, I give you another example. So there's an example of a frog in a pot of boiling water. So when you put a frog in a pot of boiling water right away, obviously it's going to jump out because it can sense that it hurts, it's boiling. But when you put a frog in a pot of lukewarm water, it's going to be comfortable, it's going to sit in there. And you slowly start turning up the heat, the frog will unknowingly sit in the pot and let itself boil to death. And the frog will die and not even realize that they were dying because they were so comfortable in that lukewarm water. So if you guys feel like you're in that pot of lukewarm water, I encourage you guys to get out. If you're comfortable, get out of that pot. When I got out of that pot of lukewarm water, I realized how different it was being in God's will and being not a lukewarm Christian compared to being in that pot, even though it was comfortable, are two very different things, and God will see that. So I really encourage you guys, dig deeper into his word, dig deeper into your relationship with God, because in the end, it'll be worth it. Thank you guys.